Okay, folks, welcome back. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. We're holding off on the emails and Facebook comments until the bottom of the hour. I have some breaking news that I need to update you on. About a month or two ago, I told you of a story of the Romeike family, a German family who sought political asylum in the U.S. so they could homeschool their children and raise them in a Christian manner. Well, the Department of Justice wanted to, and they still want to, deport these people. I have with me a good friend, Mike Donnelly. He's the attorney for the Homeschool Legal Defense Association. There has been a decision made by the courts concerning this family, and I asked Mike to come on and update us, tell her what that decision was and what can we expect to happen at this point. Mike, good morning, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning, Jesse. It's always good to be with you. Thanks for having me on your show.
Yes, sir. You know, it's horrible what this family is going through, and all they want to do is to have the freedom to raise their children in a Christian manner, to homeschool them. And they've been fighting this situation all the way. Even in this country, it's become a battle. Just kind of tell the folks a little bit about how all this came about and what has happened.
Absolutely. Well, the Romeike family, you know, they're just a normal Christian family. They have 6 going on 7 children. They're wonderful people, just great people. I've known them for a number of years. They started homeschooling in Germany in 2006 when they had problems with the schools there. Their kids were bullied. They were becoming withdrawn, and the parents became concerned about it, and they became more concerned when they saw what was being taught to their children in the schools, and they said, we can't put our kids in these public schools anymore. It's not good for them, and it's teaching them things that are contrary to our faith. And so they said, we've heard about this homeschooling thing. We're gonna try it, even though they knew that it wasn't something that the German government tolerated. They said, we've got to do this.
Yeah.
They thought that, their friends told them they wouldn't have too many problems. Well, that was wrong. A month after they started homeschooling, police showed up on their door and took the kids from them by force and brought them to school. And they realized that if they stuck around in Germany, they would suffer the same thing that so many other parents in Germany have suffered, tens of thousands of dollars of fines, and they eventually have their children taken away from them. That's what happens in Germany to parents who homeschool.
Wow.
And they realized they had to leave. So they did. And they looked around and they said, where can we go to be free? And, there's a lot of problems in our country, Jesse. You know that. We talk about that. But we still live in one of the freest, if not the freest country in the world.
Yes.
And so they said, we're going to go to America. So they came to America. They had some friends here. And we applied for them to get asylum here so they could stay here permanently, because we felt like what Germany was doing was persecution, and that they were doing it for improper reasons. They were persecuting these people.
Exactly.
And they won asylum in 2010. They actually were granted asylum because of their religious beliefs and because of what the German government was doing to homeschoolers. But the Obama administration appealed that grant of asylum, and in 2012, an administrative board, reviewed that claim and revoked it. They took it away. They said, no, homeschooling is not something that we're going to protect here in this country, and we're not going to let other people who are persecuted for that come here and stay here. We're not going to do that. And we appealed that to the Sixth Circuit Court of Appeals. I think we talked about that six or so weeks ago. There was arguments on April 23rd that Mike Ferris, my boss, was at, and I was there as well. We argued the case before the 3 judges on the Sixth Circuit panel, and just 2 days ago, we got their decision. They said, we agree with the Obama administration. Homeschooling isn't going to get protected here under asylum law, and this family can just go home, go back to Germany, be persecuted for all we care. And so they slammed the door in our face, and they slammed the door in a lot of people's faces, and we are going to be continuing the judicial appeal route. If we have to go to the Supreme Court, we will. But we have some other things we're going to try to do for this family, and that is the story. It's a sad comment.
It sure is. That is mind-blowing to me. They allow the homosexuals to come into this country. They allow illegal aliens to come in and want to give them amnesty. But you have this Christian family who just want to have the freedom to educate their children and teach them to be good children of God, and they are being rejected.
Precisely. That's exactly what's happening. They're being rejected by the executive branch, and they've been rejected by, or at least by the judicial branch now, by the Sixth Circuit. And there's still one branch remaining, though, and that's the legislative branch. And we're going there. And I can tell you, I talked with Michelle Bachmann yesterday, and she called and she wanted to talk with his family because she was very concerned about this.
Yes.
So we got her on the phone with Romeike, and she had a conversation with him. And what she said was, she said some pretty supportive things. She said, we're behind you. You have a lot of friends here in this country and in the Congress, and we're going to do whatever we can to help you. So there are a lot of people who realize, like you and I do, what this decision, what this administration actions mean, and they're going to do something about it, and we're not going to give up because this family deserves the support that we can give them. There's room in this country for this family,
yes.
And as a country, we need to send a message to the world that this is something that is worth defending and protecting.
How can we, the people, help you? Help them?
I'll tell you, the first thing, Jesse, we would ask people to do is pray. Pray for this family. And I'll tell you, the family is handling it very, very well.
Oh,
they are
good.
very even-keeled. They have a very strong and abiding faith. They know in whose hands they are, and they're very comfortable with that. So they're doing very well.
So could we send donations to you to help them?
Well, I mean, we're never going to say no to donations, of course. I mean, people have been giving us money, and we certainly appreciate that.
What's the website for that? We're running out of time.
Well, people would go to HSLDA.org. They can click on that for more information, but people need to pray. That's what we want people to do right now is pray. And they can contact their member of Congress.
So that's HSLD.org?
HSLDA,
right.
Homeschool Legal Defense Association, HSLDA.org, and they can click on the Romeike picture on the front page, and they'll get all the information they need and advice about how they can help.
Okay, we definitely continue to pray for this family and let them know that we're all praying for them, and we have faith that this is going to work out for the good for them.
Absolutely. And Jesse, thank you for all you're doing. You're fighting such a good fight. God bless you for it.
You are too, my friend. Thank you for that. Mike Donnelly, thank you, buddy. We'll talk soon.
All right. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Okay, now. I'll take your calls when I come back.